What's up, guys? Welcome to the day after Raw. Let's see what the hell happened last night, because once again I did not watch. Actually, we have to go to Roadblock first, which I did look at, so I already know what happens. As expected, Triple H beat Dean Ambrose, which sets up Triple H and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which Reigns is expected to win and should win. The New Day beat Sheamus and King Barrett. Big deal. Jericho defeated Jack Swagger. I think that's getting ready to set up Jericho versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania, which is going to be an amazing match and most likely the show stealer. They actually had the NXT champions on there, which is pretty cool. Charlotte defeated Natalya. Brock Lesnar defeated Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper in a 2-on-1 handicap match. That's because Bray refused to get in the ring and let Harper do all the work. Actually, it's pretty positive that Lesnar would have won that match anyway. Sami Zayn defeated Stardust. I think they're setting up Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, which will be a knockdown, drag-out, slobber knocker kind of match. And Triple H defeated Ambrose, which we already covered. So let's go to Raw. Shane McMahon suffers the Phenom's wrath. I'm still trying to figure out why Shane McMahon is facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania, even though it's going to be a good match, and Shane is undoubtedly the best performer of the McMahon group. But it's just not the typical Undertaker WrestleMania match. It's going to be good, it just doesn't make sense. And apparently it's for Shane McMahon's control of Raw, which he wants, and Vince McMahon, his father, said if you want control of Raw, you got to beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. So, whatever. New Day defeated Alberto Del Rio and Rusev. That's actually a big win for New Day. I'm expecting a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match at WrestleMania. That's just what I think. Of course, they have like that and the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to try and cram as many guys in there as they can on their show, so I would expect that to happen. A distraction from Kingston helped Woods get the roll-up on Rusev, but the lads didn't take their loss lying down, dispatching Kingston with a bullhammer, Big E with a bro kick, and Woods with the big stomp and accolade before challenging New Day to a match at WrestleMania. So the League of Nations challenged the New Day. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman confronted Dean Ambrose. I heard a rumor that they were expecting Lesnar and Ambrose at WrestleMania, which is going to be a fucking awesome match, but the problem is I'm wondering what this would do for Brock Lesnar, which is not very much. Obviously, Ambrose would benefit from a win from Lesnar, but I just don't see that happening. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong. And maybe they're going to set up Ambrose versus Reigns after WrestleMania, which would be a great feud considering the history there. Mick Foley did Ambrose one better later in the night by bestowing a most extreme gift to the Lunatic Fringe, a crowbar. Now Mick Foley and Dean Ambrose, that's a duo to be scared of, because those two are not right in the head. Ryback defeated Sin Cara. I didn't even know Sin Cara was still around. And apparently Ryback challenged Kalisto for the US title at WrestleMania. Blah blah blah, who cares? Oh, here we go. Dolph Ziggler confronted the Authority. That's what I'm talking about. Dolph Ziggler is the hardest working guy in the organization, in the ring. You can see it every time. I mean, the guy just doesn't stop moving. It's insane what he can do. And he's being held down like any other small guy would be. Well, Triple H actually offered Ziggler a spot in the Authority, and of course Ziggler turned him down. And even though Ziggler turned him down and insulted Stephanie, he was still lucky, enough to receive a devilish deal from the Authority, a spot in any WrestleMania match he desired, minus the WWE World Heavyweight title contest if he defeated Triple H later in the evening. That's interesting. That is interesting, so I'm looking to see how that goes. Sami Zayn defeated The Miz. Again, they're pushing Zayn probably to go against Kevin Owens. Poor Miz, man. Miz was just coming back, and he was just starting to get his run going, and he had an awesome character and all that, and then he ran into Mizdow, and that just dragged his career down. Poor Miz. I like Miz. I think Miz does a great job. Naomi and Tamina defeated Bray Bella and Alicia Fox. Again, I'm expecting maybe a Fatal 4-Way for the women's title at WrestleMania. I think since they usually only have one women's match, which is ridiculous, I think they should have two, especially with the hard work they've put in the past year. But Charlotte with the champion, obviously, if they were to make a Fatal 4-Way match, it would probably be Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and I would hope Paige, because I love Paige. And Paige seems to be forgotten. Where is Paige? Is she injured? I may have to check that out. Ooh, look at Lana. I love you, Lana. The Usos defeated Bo Dallas and Adam Rose. Oh, they actually let Adam Rose wrestle on Raw? Are you kidding me? Wow, and I missed it? Doesn't matter, he lost. Apparently the Usos were staring down the Dudleys, who were doing commentary. Looks like there may be a WrestleMania confrontation there. Could it be tables, ladders, and chairs? Ooh, that'd be interesting. And of course Triple H defeated Dolph Ziggler. Again, to be expected. But finally, Roman Reigns makes an entrance, his comeback. Oh, Reigns was in surgery, that's what happened there. The beating only stopped after Reigns had broken a television across the game's back, and it took the Usos, Jack Swagger, and Mark Henry to finally do it. It's on. Neville defeated Chris Jericho by disqualification. Boy, Neville came in a house of fire, the man that gravity forgot, and now it seems that the WWE has forgotten him. He's not doing very much. Chris Jericho has been too flustered with the AJ Styles thing that he shoved the referee and got himself disqualified. And of course AJ Styles showed up, who swooped down with one of his jaw-shattering phenomenal forearms. Jericho's face all together now. AJ Styles. Yeah, that's definitely a match I want to see at WrestleMania. Taker confronted Mr. McMahon and Shane McMahon, who Shane actually insinuated that Taker was Vince's puppet. It's a dangerous game to play. They brawled for a little bit, and the chairman threw Shane O'Mac gullet first into a choke slam. Mr. McMahon narrowly avoided the dead man himself, and even though he left the night with a smile on his face, it appears the McMahons, with their dueling agendas, have awoken the dragon. The big dead dragon. And now, no one is safe. And I'm still trying to figure out this Undertaker McMahon's thing. So is it just me, or does it look like WrestleMania is really going to suck this year? I mean, Cena's injured, Seth Rollins is injured, Sting is injured. Roman Reigns just came back from surgery, but the plus side to that is some of the big guys being down will give a lot of the younger guys a chance to rise, so we'll see what happens. Maybe this is Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler's time. Okay, it looks like I was partially right. It looks like it's going to be a triple threat match for the women's title, Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, which is going to be amazing. Shane McMahon against The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar for a no-holds-barred street fight, which is going to be awesome. Okay, let's analyze this real quick. Shane McMahon against The Undertaker. Now, if you're looking for what this is going to do for either one of them or the company, the answer is nothing. I mean, what is Shane going to benefit from a win over The Undertaker besides control of Raw, which, whatever, he could lose and still get control of Raw over different circumstances, whatever. And Taker doesn't gain anything by beating Shane McMahon. So, and Taker at this point in his career is basically looking to give back. He wants to put people over while, maybe still winning at WrestleMania, but he did a good job against Bray Wyatt last year. Wyatt looked pretty good. Although I have to say that match would have been a little bit different if Wyatt still had his family and it wasn't just Wyatt by himself, but, it's all good. Ambrose versus Lesnar. Once again, I'm not sure what this does for Brock Lesnar. It is going to be an awesome match. It's going to be amazing to watch Ambrose just going insane and what Brock Lesnar is going to do about that, because Ambrose doesn't fear anybody and he's just insane and crazy and he's a lunatic fringe. So, Ambrose is the only one that benefits from a win in this match, but I don't see him beating Brock Lesnar, so we'll just have to see. Triple H and Reigns, again, Reigns is expected to win and get the title back. I would think that's what's going to happen. I would think it would be a travesty if it doesn't happen, since Reigns was robbed of his WrestleMania moment last year because of the fans. You all suck. I just have to say that right now. Usos face the Dudleys. That'll be a good match. The Usos are a good team, and they're dynamic and fun to watch, and the Dudleys are the Dudleys, so you never know what's going to happen there. And, of course, there's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which has failed to do anything for anybody that's won it. Just ask Cesaro or The Big Show. Alright, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. CLC for life, y'all. Bye!